Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ravenport and episode 21 of our Let's Play series on this map. So the last episode we was in the middle of doing a contract for harvesting cotton on field 8. I'm just on the way to the spinnery with the last 2 cotton bales to complete that contract. I've also done 2 of the fertilising contracts that we had activated as well. I've not completed them, so we haven't got the money for them, but they are finished. I've got a worker currently up on fields 14 and 15 doing the weeding on our cornfield. Field 19 also needs weeding as well, so we'll move the worker over to that. And I've taken on 1 more fertilising contract on field 11, which we need to get somebody over to do that one as well at some point. I think 2 of our fields require another round of fertiliser as well, so we'll have to get the fertiliser sprayer to get those done. And we do need to get the grass cut so we can get some hay bales to feed the sheep and the horses. So we'll just drop these 2 bales off and we can complete this contract. So in total off that field I think we got 8 bales. These 2 are partial bales, as one of them's only got 1,000 litres or so and the other one a little bit more. So that's the contract finished. We didn't earn any extra money off that, not that I can see anyway. So we go to the contracts page. So I've got say field 11 fertilising, $18,000, that one's worth to do. The contract we've just done on field 8, so that one's complete, so we can collect that one. And the 2 fertilising ones on field 2 and 13 as well that we've completed, so we can also accept those. So there's all our contracts done apart from that one that we've got ongoing. I say I've got this worker on in the Maxim doing this field, just doing the weeding. So I will have to come back up here, probably actually change it over now because it's probably going to stop at the end of this pass and get this reset. And then what we'll do is get down to the farm and get the grass cut. So I'll just stop this worker here and just finish this little bit off here and reset this off. So hope everyone's had a good weekend. For me this is like Tuesday I'm recording this. Obviously I'd probably be better off saying hope everyone's having a good week so far, because this will probably up on Wednesday. This video will be up, which will be tomorrow for me. I'm hoping to try and get Friday's video recorded as well today. So we'll leave him to do that and we can jump down to the farm into our new workshop. One thing I did mention about replacing this, which I'll probably just do now. So I do need to sell the existing workshop, if we can actually find it. So we'll sell that one. We need to sell the fuel tank, and I also need to remove these trees. Now the mod I'm using for the placeable trees, as it comes you can't actually sell the trees, you do have to cut them down, but if you go into the XML file you can adjust it so you can actually sell the trees. I changed mine because when I'm doing the time-lapse builds for the actual farms, it's handy if I put a tree somewhere I don't want it, I decide I want to move it, I can actually then move it rather than, well, just sell it rather than having to cut it down. So the vehicle workshop I've got is this one. So I didn't realise it was so expensive. Okay, yeah. Oh well, we'll put it in anyway. So I'm just going to put it not too close to that one, but fairly close, and try and get it sort of level at the back. We'll go somewhere there for that. Yeah, it's a lot more expensive than I thought it was. And then we can get the fuel. This is probably not going to fit in the way I wanted. That building's a little bit bigger than I thought. Well, I'll just leave that for now. I have edited this one as well because this door was only partially open. You can't open or close it. So I've just moved that in the Giants editor. And there was a, I think it was a Krona forage wagon that was in here, just like model, not a actual user one. So I just got that, deleted that out of there as well. And I've removed the garbage bin and I think a tyre rack down this side as well, just to tidy it up a little bit. And we could put the skid steer parked in here, get some small implements and that in there, and then we've obviously got the workshop area and the customized cell repair point there. So what I was thinking as well, having a look around on this, the way the yard is now, we've got this kind of wasted area here. I think we own pretty much up to around about here. Obviously when we first started building this, we didn't have the terrain tools to level all this off or anything, so it was kind of just working with what we'd got as much as we could. So I am thinking of getting rid of these trees, removing that shed. It would probably mean selling these buildings as well and replacing them at some point, but I thought if we could level this off back this way a little bit and just put that path back down. Obviously we're never going to use this path, it's just a lead you down to this scenic area more than anything. We don't own any of this land, so we can't do anything with that far back. But I thought it'd probably better use of the space if we leveled that off, bring that shed back as far as we can, and then bring these buildings here down this way a little bit. This path up here again, it's not really something we're going to use, so don't really matter about that. I'm just going to open up this area a lot more. I'm going to have a lot more space up this section here, and I would really like to try and properly sort out all this area as well at some point when we get the actual money. But for now we'll leave that as it is. As for the fuel, I could probably just put it down the side. So that one's 5.9, that one's only 2,000, so we'll just go with this one. Do you think we'll probably need to just flatten the terrain off a little bit? And then smooth this out so it's not such a harsh bump. So that's that. And we'll get the fuel tank in. Okay, it still seems to be floating a little bit. We'll just need to re-smooth that bit off. But that'll do. So obviously I want to probably redo all this at some point. I'll try and get rid of, I think these trees I placed, possibly, I don't know if I replaced all of them or, actually I don't. Let's just check the garage. No. So I've only got alders. Yeah, so that one and this one here I'll have to cut down. I can probably remove that one, but they're not trees I placed, so we'd have to cut those down and sell those off. But that's a kind of an idea of what I want to do for the future expansion of this yard, is to get that sorted and get that done. We've got 2 horses that we need to sell. They're ready to go as well, so we can take those up, but really do want to get the grass cut. So what I'll probably do is get a worker started on doing the grass and take up the next 2 horses up to sell. We'll buy 2 more and bring those back, and then just finish off doing the grass and getting that raked up and baled. So we need a mower. Not sure I'm going to be able to get it without moving the rake out of the way. So what I am going to do is just do silage bales. So I'm going to cut all the grass, rake it, bale it, and then wrap it for silage bales, and then we'll sell all the silage bales and then just buy some hay bales to top up our stores. So get started and start cutting the grass. So I did mention in one of the previous episodes, that's quite a bit of a bump there I never noticed before. I do want to move the Let's Play over to Marwell Manor farm when that comes out. Possibly that could be out today, or before the end of the week anyway. What I'll probably do is I'll start on that one straight away, but I will continue this series as well at the same time, but I probably will only get like an episode or two at most on this, and probably have to keep the episodes a little bit shorter as well. I'll do that, but I do want to try and finish this, building up this farm area rather than just leaving it and abandoning it and moving on. So yeah, as soon as Marwell does become available, I will probably get the first episode on that recorded and uploaded. I did really want to do a video on the mountain view farm I built on Fellsburn for the time-lapse video. I really do like that farm. It's one of my favourite ones I've built so far. I really did consider doing a video series on that one as well, but just having that, trying to fit everything in, not wanting to do too much, say, with the time lapses as well. Finding time to do all these is a bit tricky, and get them all rendered, uploaded, edited and everything. So what I'll do is I'll finish doing the headlands on these fields so we can get a worker on, and then I'll get the horses up to the animal dealer. Right, so we've got the next two horses in the trailer. I will go and sell those. That should take us up to 44,000. We've got the contract money to come in as well, so we'll have that soon. As for the new tractor, I had pretty much one vote for each one I suggested. So I had one vote for Case, one for the John Deere 7R, and I think the other suggestion was for a New Holland T7. So still not sure which way to go on that yet. So we'll probably look at getting those. We've got to get in the new tractor soon. I'll see if anybody else has got any other suggestions. So that's those two horses sold. So we've saved up to 244,000. With the contract we've got to complete as well, that takes up to close to 300,000. We've got the money we'll get from selling the silage bales as well. So I don't think the next couple of horses will be ready for quite a few days now. And obviously the two we've just bought is going to be like 10 in-game days before they're fully trained up. Okay, so let's move over Virgo and Annabelle into the paddock. So we're back up to the 8 horses now. So the ones that are trained the most are Crystal and Turbo. They're worth 17,000 currently. They're only 34% trained, so they're going to be a good few days yet before they're ready. And then the others obviously are going to follow each day after that. We're going to have the extra 2 horses. So their straw could do topping up. The water's not too bad, and the hay's not too bad. I say we could do with topping that up as well, and then we don't have to worry about that for a while. So we'll park our truck in our new workshop. can live in there for a bit. So the workers pretty much halfway done on that grass field. This is the thing now with not having that other tractor, we can't start raking. So just check on the progress of this field. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to finish this off myself because it's struggling with the shape of the field. And now course play is obviously now out. Well, the beta version of course play is now available. I do have it installed, but I don't have it activated on this map. I've been playing around with it on my test map, and to be honest, it works to a degree, but there's still quite a lot of issues with it, and I'm not going to put it on any of my series just yet. Simply the fact that there is far too many issues, and I just don't want to halfway through a video and it just causes loads of issues and problems and just messes up the whole video, or completely messes up the game save, which it did do in my test map, as I found out this morning. I had an issue saving the progress on my test map after using course play yesterday, and I went to go into my test map this morning before this video just to try out those mods, the workshop mod with the changes I'd made. My test map game save had completely disappeared, so yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, why it wouldn't save, and how come my game saves completely disappeared, but yeah, I'll keep it off the series until I know it's working a little bit better. But it is great to see that it's been worked on and actually get to use it a little bit as well. Okay, so I've reset the worker back on 14 and 15, finishing the weeding off, and realised when I was just doing that bit that how silly that looks, using the weeder when the corn's grown as much as it has, but it's actually working, so I'm not going to complain. It's saving money on herbicide using that. I did replace the weeder as well. I've got the slightly bigger one, so I think it's the 12 metre. Simple fact was, I don't know if it's because the other one's also a seeder, you can seed grass. With the other one I couldn't get the worker to work with it. It may have just been the fact that because I've got a little bit of seed in there and there's no way to like disable that without emptying it, so as I said before, I wanted to get a bigger one anyway, so I thought I might as well just do that now. So that's the first field cut, so we'll get this one all mowed up and then we can get this raked and then get the baler over.
Let it go, take a chance, I will show you how to dance on the floor, lose control, you'll be moving like a trance. Hey! Feel the music all around, move your body to the sound, city boy, come on, rule the world till the break of dawn. Put your hands up in the air, young and brave, ain't got no fear, love could take us anywhere, we don't care. Put your hands up in the air, young and brave, ain't got no fear, love could take us anywhere, we don't care.
Okay, so the last little bit of grass to cut. What I'll do then is go and get the worker finished on 14 and 15 and bring them down to field 19. Field 23 also has got weeds in there as well, so we'll have to get that sorted out. And there's also the fertilising contract we could be getting on with as well at the same time, because just leaving the work to that one. So sooner I can get those fields weeded. We also need to obviously get fertiliser on those fields as well. So there's plenty to do. I say it's just not having the extra tractor to utilise is kind of a bit annoying. I think having 3 tractors at least probably may seem a bit much for the farm, the size of the farm we've got, but in terms of the game it does help quite a bit having the extra tractors, so you can get workers to get on with work while you're doing other things. Helps keep things progressing. So we'll just drop the mower back off. Oh, I always forget that you can't unfold this one to drop it, lower it down. I mean, you just have to drop it. So what we need to do now is get the rake, which this tractor's a bit overpowered for. I'm gonna say we don't really have much choice, unless there's the only option of buying a smaller tractor than what we've already got, like a smaller than the Maxim. I don't know if there is much available. So what I'll do is I'll leave a worker to do this. I'm going to go and finish off 14 and 15 and get that sorted out. Okay, so I've moved the worker over and I was just having a think, as I mentioned, about getting another tractor. I'm still planning on getting a bigger one, but what I thought to do, I forgot I'd got this mod which I used on Rolling Hills, which is the old International 1255 XL. It's a 145 horsepower tractor, which is still quite a bit, but we can use this just for some really light duty work like the rake, weeding and stuff like that, because we can get the wide tyres, we'll get narrow tyres on as well. So that's going to be a bit handy. It's only 32,000. So I'm going to buy that one because that's only 2 fertilising contracts to get the money for that. It just means now I can use this on the rake, and then I can use the other case then to do the baling. Because at the moment it's just having that thing helps speed up jobs around the farm. I can get things done a lot quicker, which, you know, it's just handy all round. It helps me save time, so I can get actually more time to do videos. So we're going to get this back to the farm. I'll get this onto the rake, and then I can start baling with the Magnum. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll get this onto the rake, which is just here. Turn the beacons off. So I did get the workers to start doing this, and he did most of it, but he did jump across to the other field before finishing this one. So we'll get this one finished off. Get set back off. I mean, it's probably going to struggle with the fence down there on the horse paddock, but at least I can get started on getting the actual grass baled up, because we still need to wrap it as well, which is also going to take a little bit of time. So we get the baler on. And then I'll start baling up what grass has been raked up so far. So that's our first grass bale. On with the rest. Okay, so last little strip for the first field. There's a few little bits we need to just tidy up with the rake at the top end. That's most of it's done now. So So there's quite a few bales off this one grass field. We've got all of that field to do. I think the rake is finished. We can get this moved out of the way. I just need to tidy up this area down here a little bit, because obviously it struggles with all the buildings. So you can run across this section, and there's that little bit there as well. So a bit of a mess on the rake, but I say it's understandable with all the buildings and the trees and stuff that are around the fields. So I'll do is I'll probably just put another strip across this way. I'll tidy most of that up. And then what I'll do is, when the maximum's finished on field 19, I'll get these swapped over. I'll get the weeder on this one and take it over to 23, and then I can get the maximum on the fertiliser spreader. Get that up to field 11 to make a start on that contract up there. And get that one done as well. Now this is one of these situations where obviously course play could be helpful. And you set up a course for the rake, and then you could have a worker following that course with a square baler and just would bale all the rows up, or even follow me, just having a worker on, a tractor behind with a baler on while you do the raking. So two mods that will be extremely useful. So course play, I will continue playing around with it and keep checking for new updates and that. As soon as it does get to a position where the problems aren't as bad, then we'll get it into the game and start using that. So I'll continue getting all this baled up, so I'll get those two tractors swapped over and get started on field 11. Okay, so we've finished all the baling. We've got 39 bales in total. I've already wrapped the one field over there, so we just need to finish off doing these ones. I've also completed the contract on field 11 with the fertiliser, which we can actually complete now. So that one's all done, so that's another 18,241 from that one. I've also, while we were up there, fertilised our field. So 14, 15 is fully fertilised, 19 is done apart from a few patches, and 23 is also fully fertilised. So they're all done. We will need to fertilise these grass fields once we've cleared all the bales off. I say field 11 was done as the contract, so they're all done. I've been having to think about these Let's Plays and quite how to go about doing them. One of the things was this: I'm still new to doing the Let's Play videos and stuff like that. I'm trying to work out the best way to go about doing the videos. So I've been trying to have a think about how to go forward with the Let's Play series and how to do them. So possibly in the next one I may do it a little bit different. I'm not sure how this one's going to come out in editing, as it might be all over the place, jumping from job to job. So we'll see in the next one. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. As I say, I'm still trying to work out how I want to go about doing them, and hopefully trying to improve them as I go as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish getting all these wrapped up. I won't sell them in this episode, we'll leave it till the next one. As again, one of those things, trying to keep the episodes to a reasonable length. I always end up going way longer than I'd like to. Trying to keep them around about 30 minutes long is difficult at times, trying to fit much in. As I say, one of the reasons why I want to try and change things up a little bit for the next one, and just see how we go from there. So I'm going to leave this one here, as I'll continue doing this. So if you do have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, then please do leave it down in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Again, really appreciate that, and it does help the videos. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got new Let's Plays, new time-lapse videos coming every day. I shouldn't say that every day. I don't have Let's Plays every day. I say they a little bit more difficult for me to do at the moment. Maybe with the new changes I can get them done a little bit quicker. I say I'm spending far too long doing work off camera for these episodes, which then eats into time to get them edited and other stuff on with the time lapses as well. It all mounts up, so hopefully with the changes over the next few episodes I'll make things a little bit easier for me and make the episodes a little bit more enjoyable and a bit shorter as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again. Goodbye.